Right now, live at 5.
As Duluth hits a record number of opioid fatalities, we tell you what local law enforcement is doing to help the problem.
Plus, an emotional day of testimony in the Twin Cities as the girlfriend of a man shot and killed by a former Brooklyn Center police officer took the stand. And Itasca County health leaders have safe holiday gatherings on their wish lists. Their advice for preventing the spread of COVID this season.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. There's a crisis sweeping the Northland, and this year is the worst our area has ever seen.
The Duluth Police Department has recorded its 30th fatal overdose of the year, a staggering number they say has been worsened by the pandemic. CBS3's Quinn Gorham sat down with law enforcement from the Twin Ports today. Quinn, just how far has this crisis stretched across our region?
Well, Kristen, it's a widespread problem across St. Louis, Douglas, Lake, and Carleton counties. There have been 46 total opioid fatalities. Of those, 30 alone come from Duluth. That jarring number represents a nearly 50% increase since 2020. Lieutenant Jeff Kazel with the DPD says a concerning trend they've seen is fake pills leading to more fatalities. Those who sell the pills disguise and market them as regular prescription drugs like Percocets, and they appear almost identical. The problem is that those pills are laced with fentanyl, which make them stronger, more addictive, and more deadly. Kazel says 2 fatalities in Duluth so far have been linked to those counterfeit pills. He says it's not just street drugs. Legally prescribed pain meds can often lead to addiction as well. Kazel says most don't realize they're addicted until it's too late.
Just because it's a pill that is prescribed by a doctor doesn't mean that there are drawbacks to using that substance. And a doctor should know that, and you should ask those questions with your doctor.
Fortunately, the DPD is equipped to help those experiencing an overdose. Kazel says their substance use response team has administered 61 Narcan saves this year. Experts urge you not to buy prescription drugs off the streets or online. They say you should always get your medication from a legal, trusted source.
Thank you, Quinn. If you suspect you or a loved one might be struggling with addiction, Duluth and Superior's police departments offer resources to help combat addiction. You can find more information about those resources on our website.
Meanwhile, several hospitals in our region got a $200,000 grant to tackle the opioid problem. They plan to use that money to create a prevention plan and offer treatment and recovery programming over the next 3 years. As part of the grant, Essentia Health is offering a free virtual seminar to educate people about the dangers of addiction. It starts at 5:30 Tuesday night. We have more information on our website. And Dante Wright's girlfriend was the first witness called today on day 2 of former police officer Kim Potter's trial. Elena Albright Payton was in the car when Potter shot Wright and killed him during a traffic stop in April. Minnesota's Assistant Attorney General questioned the 20-year-old who told the court she and Wright met on Facebook and were just beginning their relationship. Albright Payton got emotional, recalling the moment after Wright was shot.
I was trying to help him. And I was trying to push on his chest and call his name. And he wasn't answering me. He was just gasping.
The defense argues Potter shot Wright by accident, pulling her gun when she meant to grab her taser. Wright's family and civil rights lawyers say they don't believe it was an accident, pointing out that Potter worked for the Brooklyn Center Police Department for 26 years and even trained other officers. Today, Michigan lawmakers introduced 4 new bills that aim to prevent future gun violence. The 4 bills would prohibit selling or possessing a magazine capable of holding more than 10 rounds of ammunition. If passed, that would go into effect in 2023. This newly proposed restriction comes just 8 days after a fatal school shooting in Oxford, Michigan. Some lawmakers say these bills are exactly what Michigan needs right now.
When we all stand up here, knowing that guns are the second leading cause of death in Michigan for children between 1 and 17 years old, we know that we have a serious problem.
If you own a larger magazine before the 2023 deadline, you'd be able to keep the mag as long as you report owning it to the police. Under the proposed legislation, a person who violates the new rule would be guilty of a misdemeanor and could face up to 90 days in jail with a potential maximum fine of $500. A few groups who are exempt from this new legislation include law enforcement officers, members of the armed forces, and individuals working in armored cars.
As you make plans to visit family and friends for the holidays, Itasca County health leaders want you to stay vigilant. During a public health briefing today, officials say COVID-19 has taken the lives of 103 people in the county throughout the pandemic. A third of those deaths happened in the past 3 months alone. They say more mitigation tactics were in effect this time last year. So to help prevent the spread this holiday season, health leaders are reminding you to get your COVID shot, quarantine before travel, and practice healthy habits like hand washing.
If you do gather over the holidays, allow enough space to stay 6 feet apart from others and assure adequate ventilation. And outdoor air is great for that, with windows or doors open to allow for the air circulation.
Health officials also recommend getting tested before you gather.
Wisconsin health leaders gave out more than $8 million in grants focused on getting COVID vaccines to every corner of the state. The money for the community outreach grants came from the CDC, and organizations across the state could apply for them. They had to present a plan for how they would expand vaccine access to underserved communities. In our region, the Lakes Community Center received nearly $80,000. The Family Health Center of Marshfield got $100,000. This is the second round of the grants, with more than $6 million handed out earlier this year. There is more funding still available, with organizations encouraged to apply.
Meteorologist Peter Kavakowskis joins us now for a first check of the weather. Peter, sounds like there might be some action happening out there, huh?
Yeah, there was a little bit of snow throughout the day today, and then there's even more as we head towards tomorrow night. But taking a look at satellite radar across the region right now, as you can see, it was primarily focused over northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan today. But earlier this morning, the Arrowhead region up towards Grand Marais and Cook County, they saw a little bit of snow out there. And there is also a little bit of a toll on the roadways as you take a look at the current road conditions from MDOT and WISDOT. As you can see, there is some partially covered as well as completely covered snow-covered roads for the northwest area of Wisconsin. So if you have any plans to take you out and about for that area, please give yourself plenty of extra travel time because you might encounter some slick roads. Currently for us here in Duluth, we're sitting at 30 degrees. We have mostly cloudy skies overhead. And those clouds are going to give way to our next snow threat for the night tomorrow night. And that is why we have a winter weather advisory in place until 10 o'clock up in the Arrowhead region. That will expire tonight. But then you also noticed off to our south in northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan, a winter storm warning in place as well as a winter weather advisory in place until Saturday morning. We'll take a closer look at those snow totals and just how the rest of the weekend shapes up coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, thank you, Peter. Still to come on Live at 5, the town at America's northernmost point is undergoing some crucial changes. We'll have all those details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
On behalf of A&L Properties and the Greater Downtown Council, we encourage you to support our local businesses this holiday season.
Experience our authentic Italian food on the go at Valentini's Deli. From catering to service line to ready-to-order meals, you're sure to find something to whet your appetite. Stop by the deli today, located in the Holiday Center.
Frame Corner Gallery is your home for quality custom framing, artwork, and interior decor. Protect and showcase your prized artwork or memorabilia with a custom frame or shadow box. Find us online for store hours and to learn more. Happy holidays!
Duluth Pack is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. Visit our store in historical Canal Park or online at duluthpack.com.
Support Duluth Downtown Waterfront. Happy holidays from all of us at A&L Properties.
Not all internet is created equal. I know, because I'm a Mediacom engineer. And we've been building our network for more than 20 years. Today it runs coast to coast with more than 650,000 miles of fiber. So unlike those smaller networks, If there's an internet issue, we can reroute your connection and keep you running. Plus, we have direct roads to your online destinations, so you get the content and data you want faster. Not all internet is created equal. That's why more homes and businesses choose Mediacom.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live. You have a 20 family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the fourth leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and/or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's some footage from Wisconsin Point this morning, and we've seen some pretty calm conditions since the snowfall earlier today, but we may see that snow return pretty soon here. Peter will be in to break down those chances for us in just a couple of minutes, but first Briggs will give us a look around the region.
Thanks, Kristen. Wisconsin residents have an opportunity to impact the future of the state, and a new development on the Iron Range will impact the next year of mining operations. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off tonight way up in Angle Inlet, Minnesota, the northernmost point in the continental United States. Although it is separated from Minnesota by the Lake of the Woods, a new public safety initiative will keep those in the community crucially connected. FirstNet, which is the wireless network serving the nation's first responders, will be putting a cell site in an area of Angle Inlet. It's been a dead zone there in the past, and this will allow first responders to better serve the township, and it will decrease response times to any recreational emergencies in the Boundary Waters. And next, we head over to Wisconsin. In yesterday's City by City, we learned that the public is welcome to weigh in on the future of the Blotnick Bridge. That's happening in a meeting virtually at 6 o'clock tonight. Today, we've learned that the state of Wisconsin is asking all citizens for their input on a brand new 19-year transportation plan. Connect 2050 is a statewide plan that includes objectives applying to all modes of transportation. These objectives will guide infrastructure investments for the next 2 decades. Comments can be submitted through January 24th. To make your voice heard, you can head to the link on our website. And we wrap up tonight in Babbitt, Minnesota, where the DNR has just approved a new exploration plan for a Washington-based mining company. Tech American Incorporated requested a 1-year extension on their exploration plan from their non-ferrous metallic mineral lease that originally was signed back in 2019. Tech requested permission to do exploratory drilling using the diamond core method in 2 additional sites, bringing their total to 8 different locations across the region. The DNR stated that Tech had the right to this exploration because all of the land in question is state-owned. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, we aren't lying when we say there are some very special guests in town, but our lips are sealed until after the break.
And after a snow threat from the day today, as well as tomorrow, we're tracking a big warm-up in the 7-day forecast. We'll break it all down coming up in just a bit.
Stay connected to Live Local CBS3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Now at Arrowhead Supply, give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs. $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at Arrowhead Supply in Duluth.
Happy holidays from Bath Planet. This season, we're helping you while helping others.
Receive 20% off your entire bathroom project, and we'll include a $50 donation to a local food shelf with every appointment to help families in need. The offer starts on Black Friday and ends December 31st. As always, you can still get one of our great financing options, so call us today or go online to book your appointment. Happy holidays from Bath Planet. Out of this world service, down to earth price.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS3.
Coming up tonight, hear why the state is asking for your help, laying wreaths on the gravesites of fallen veterans.
2021's staggering number of opioid deaths and what local law enforcement is doing about it.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And now your WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Peter Kevitkauskas.
30 degrees was today's high at Duluth International, so we've definitely climbed out of that hole that we were in earlier this week temperature-wise, so we actually returned to above average temperatures, and that's generally the trend as we head through the rest of this weekend and towards next week when we may even approach the 40-degree mark. More on that coming up. But there was also a little bit of snow. 0.3 of an inch fell at Duluth International. But take a look up the North Shore. Grand Marais coming in at 4 inches of snow. Two Harbors just under 2 inches of new snow. And there's more snow to talk about as we head towards tomorrow night in the first part of the day on Saturday. Currently for us here in Duluth, we are sitting at 30 degrees with mostly cloudy skies overhead and that west-southwest wind in place between 5 and 10 miles per hour. So here's where we're standing temperature-wise as well. Most of us standing right now in the upper 20s as well as lower 30s across the region. So it's still rather mild night, and it's going to stay that way thanks to those clouds that we see overhead. Temperatures tonight only falling back into the upper teens as well as lower 20s. So much different temperature-wise than we were talking about earlier. So here's how your forecast shapes up for the night tonight. Maybe a little bit more clear, but I think most of us are still looking at generally some clouds overhead. Temperatures tonight falling back into the upper teens as well as lower 20s. So we fast forward towards tomorrow morning, waking up with partly to mostly sunny skies overhead, generally all across the Northland. But then as we head towards tomorrow night, say towards the 9, 10 o'clock hour, you begin to see some snow fire up for northwest Wisconsin. Generally, the Twin Ports points south is where you're seeing this snow. That lingers through the night, Friday night, and into Saturday morning as well. But it's a quick mover, I think, by Saturday morning when you're waking up. Snow is just kind of left for the UP of Michigan. And as we head through the rest of the day, that will generally begin to clear. And as we get towards Saturday night, I think most of us are talking about that snow over. And then most of us looking at partly to mostly sunny, clear skies overhead. That is why we have a winter weather advisory in place for the area highlighted in that purple color until Saturday at 9 a.m. Areas in pink, the UP of Michigan there, also looking at a winter storm warning there just because they're going to see locally higher amounts of snow. So they could be talking about possibly up to 4 to 8 inches there, 2 to 4 in that lighter blue color, and a trace to an inch, generally from up towards the Twin Ports and up the North Shore as well, where they could see a little bit of lake effect snow. This is not just a Northland system. This stretches from basically a good portion of Wisconsin down to the Twin Cities as well. If you have any plans to take you across the state, generally Friday night into Saturday, and maybe even the first part of Sunday, you're definitely going to want to travel with caution because we're talking about, say, nearly 8 inches of snow for the Twin Cities. So if you have any plans that bring you down the 35 quarter this weekend, definitely going to want to take it slow because you're talking about higher snow totals down there for sure. Here's how your forecast shapes up for tonight. Temperatures fall back into the teens, as well as maybe even some upper single digits for the usual cooler spots up towards Hibbing. 17 for us here in Duluth, 20 in Silver Bay, 14 in Solon Springs, 19 in Ashland, 17 in Hayward, as well as 17 in Mercer, and 19 degrees in Ironwood. Highs for tomorrow, once again, making it into the upper 20s as well as lower 30s. You see that snow threat for northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan. But generally across Minnesota, we're just looking at partly to mostly clear skies overhead. And that will be the trend as we head through the rest of this weekend as well. We'll begin to clear skies out as we head towards the later in the day on Saturday. Sunday looks really nice as well. Temperatures climbing into the lower 30s. And take a look as we head towards next week. A high of 45 degrees possible on Wednesday. So, like I said, Monday we were talking about 20 below weather, and close to 50 for some places maybe by next week.
I gotta tell you, today felt, again, I mean, based off of what we saw early in the week, it's just increasingly become warmer and warmer.
I know, and some of that snow that we got, 45, probably gonna melt. That's such a bummer
You're
for people
already
trying to get
beginning
out.
to see some slush out there.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
so true. Hopefully, I like the snow white for Christmas, especially, you know. So hopefully it doesn't get too brown in the meantime. Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
Well, a unique trio is making a splash at the deck this weekend.
Yes. Yes, Anne. Now we're getting lower.
That's our assignment editor, Joey, there. Yeah, he was at the annual Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Expo, and it's going to feature those 3 fun-loving sea lions that you just saw there. Zoe, Sierra, and Punky travel across the world and will show off their talents with multiple performances each day. Their handler, Jimmy Earnhardt, says his animals are smarter than a lot of people might think.
They do all kinds of tricks, way more behaviors than you'll ever think of. Zoe has over more than 70 behaviors in her catalog there. But she's a great sea lion, right, Zoe? You're a good sea lion? Yeah, you're smiling pretty? Yeah.
Starstruck. That's so cute. Oh, and the little bark. I love. Oh, that was a good one. Well, while the kids get to enjoy those sea lions there, ice anglers can test their luck over at the Frozen Basin Fishing Hole. There'll be plenty of vendors there to check out the latest gear, too. The Ice Fishing Expo opens at noon tomorrow at the deck. It will also be open on Saturday and Sunday. Joey, we mentioned one of those sea lions was named Zoe, so it couldn't have been a more perfect assignment for him today.
Makes sense. I can't believe you got him to come back to work.
Yeah, that's a really good point. He was there gone longer than I thought.
He made a new friend.
So cute. Well, now it's that time of the show where we get to talk about some pets that you could maybe actually take home with you.
Yes, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. This is Sheldon. He is an 8-month-old mixed breed who's already a pretty big boy. He was shy as a little baby, but he's become very excitable, active, and a social companion. Maybe that's why we only have one picture of him from our friends at Range Regional, because he could not sit still. He is the sweetest guy and loves everybody with all his heart.
Oh, and I'm sure he's still a little baby at heart.
Yes, that's so cute. If you would like to set up an appointment to adopt Sheldon, you can call the number on your screen.
Well, still to come, President Biden and several world leaders met today to discuss a developing situation on the Russia-Ukraine border. Stay with us.
It's a new day, things are gonna change. It's a new day, things are gonna change.
What I liked about Schwebel-Getz-Sieben the best was that I did feel like they cared about me. Every time that my attorney, Allie Sieben, would show up, she just lit up the room, and I felt very confident in her explaining things to me. She really made it simple for me to understand what was going on. Schwebel-Getz-Sieben would always contact me and let me know the progress of how things were going. They took the worry off my shoulders.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
I'm telling you, you should open a business.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
I've got an idea.
I hope you like it.
I love it. Just one question. What's that?
It's a chair. New plan. You make the furniture, I make the ideas, NBC makes them happen.
That was always the plan.
Bring us your best ideas. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Whatever your life story,
you deserve access to comprehensive, affordable health insurance.
That's why Minnesotans have MNsure.
MNsure is where you can find health coverage for every Minnesota story,
regardless of where you live or what your income is.
MNsure is the only place where you can access savings to help lower the cost of your health coverage.
And you can get free help in person or over the phone
to enroll you in a plan that fits your needs,
your budget,
and your story.
Visit MNsure.org today to get started.
Calling all Bulldogs. Do you consider yourself a diehard UMD Bulldog fan? Send a picture of you or you and your crew all decked out in your Bulldog attire for a chance to be the My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. Follow the My9 Sports Facebook page and post your pictures there to be entered into our weekly random drawings. Each Fan of the Week will be showcased in our My9 Sports UMD Athletics Broadcast of the Week. The My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange.
Cancer research requires bold and innovative thinking. You may be able to help science uncover the next breakthrough by sharing your patient data and unique experience with researchers. Join Stand Up to Cancer and count me in at standuptocancer.org/countmein.
President Biden held a series of calls this afternoon in an attempt to assure allies the U.S. stands ready to take action if Russia invades Ukraine.
Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Biden's phone call to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky comes 2 days after warning President Putin of consequences if Russia invades his country.
President Biden was also intending to discuss his deep concerns with Russia's buildup on Ukraine's borders and his commitment to respond with strong measures in the event of a Russian military escalation.
There are new reports Russia has increased its troop presence to more than 100,000 soldiers now stationed along the Ukraine border.
We continue to consult with allies and partners about what we're seeing.
The U.S. has been sending defense support to the Ukrainian military, with small arms and ammunition arriving this week. But President Biden says he will not send U.S. forces.
The idea the United States is going to unilaterally use force to confront Russia invading Ukraine is not in the cards right now.
The president, in concert with European allies, has made clear they're coordinating a potential response.
I think the message that the United States and I think many capitals in Europe want to send is that there's a united front.
President Biden followed up his call with Zelensky by talking to the leaders of 9 Eastern European countries which joined NATO following the fall of the Soviet Union.
The Biden administration has made its entire policy that they are willing to either escalate or de-escalate towards diplomacy, depending on what Russia does. And that's the situation that we are stuck in right now.
Experts and the administration agree Russia's ultimate intentions remain unclear. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Analysts say the Bucharest 9 members want assurances from the White House that the U.S. will not unilaterally block Ukraine from joining NATO. Russia has opposed having a neighboring country join NATO, which was formed to combat Russian aggression.
Here's what we're working on tonight from Los Angeles. 'Tis the season for shipping. So we've got our exclusive middle-of-the-night visit to a FedEx facility working around the clock to deliver 100 million packages on time. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Mom, I'm here. Mom, where are you? Mom?
Without emergency protection, you risk your life. But with Life Alert, one press of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-458-9565. That's 1-800-458-9565. Call now, 1-800-458-9565. For a free brochure, call 1-800-458-9565.
For those who move, celebrate, help, create, dream, for all of us, there is a higher standard of orthopedic care in the Northland, and only one medical center has reached it. Memorial Medical Center in Ashland, the only medical center in the Northland to receive the Orthopedic Center of Excellence designation from DNV. Right here in the place we love.
Get the floor of your dreams with Menard's huge selection of Shaw flooring. From luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring and waterproof vinyl plank. Find the perfect addition to your home. Save big on Shaw flooring. Designer's Image has high-quality home organization solutions that keep your home tidy. Whether your storage needs are big or small, save big on Designer's Image closet systems. Plus, a Menard's gift card is always a great gift idea.
4 seasons greetings to you all from Menard's.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's the live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6.
Tonight at 5, we heard from Duluth police that 2021 has been the most fatal year to date when it comes to drug overdoses. The police department recorded the year's 30th fatal overdose recently, a number that they say has risen due to the pandemic.
And tonight at 6, Representative Pete Stauber spoke in Washington today regarding a deadly disease that is ravaging its way through Northland wildlife. What he hopes and is asking of Congress at 6.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll see you at 6.